Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name Haribo. Haribo. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Hari Haribo. Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting Hare names. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the
OGEbeats.com.
Good morning, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Purchase your train today.
Oh, Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda, Gauranga Nityananda. Gauranga, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga Nityananda, Gauranga Nityananda, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. All right. Get your microphones on. Let's chant a little bit here.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
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 Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare.
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna. Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama.
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna.
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
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 Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
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 Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare.
Hari Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare
Hari Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Krishna Hari
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya
Jaya
Sri
Jaya Shri
Oh,
Chaitanya,
everybody.
Jaya
Jaya
Nityananda,
Nityananda Jaya Sri
Jaya Shri
Krishna
Advaita Chandra, Jaya
Jaya Guru
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta.
Vrinda
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for coming, everybody. All right, what are we doing here? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chapter 4 of Adi Lila. The confidential reasons why Lord Caitanya came. Adi Lila, Adi Lila. Yeah, I was realizing a lot of stuff, chanting and also listening to the devotees. It's a great reflection. You could see where things are, and learn so much about who Lord Caitanya is, what he came to bring. Yeah. So yeah, let's start our little discussion here. Let's see where this goes. I feel like I want to talk about it, so we're going to do it. So verse number verse number 15 and 16. You want to read that there, Lalita? Oh, just a second. If you did it, just wait, because I didn't hear you. I have to switch the mics here.
I didn't say anything yet.
Okay, I hear you now. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't unmute myself.
Oh, okay.
I was laughing. So I thought it has no use. Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Guru Bhakta Vrinda. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. The Lord's desire to appear was born from two reasons. The Lord wanted to test The sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. And he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. And thus he's known as supremely jubilant and as the most merciful of all.
Yeah. So, see, he wanted to actually spread pure devotional service, which is basically it's so pure and so unknown to the world, to the demigods, demons, and humanity. It's the Lord's jewel. See, and it's all in those two reasons. It's actually one reason, actually, when you come down to it. It splits into two reasons automatically, but people don't understand how it does. See? Because they're doers, still doers. So the Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of pure devotional service. See? And then he, for the other reason, was the more external reason to share it with others, but it's not even, it happens automatically. The secret is in the songbook of what the Hare Krishna sing every day, and Sri Guru. From the spiritual master, ecstatic prema emanates. It's not about give. Not, no. Automatically,
Yeah, of course.
by tasting this bhakti, relishing this bhakti, there's an emanation. That's the second. See, the emanation. See, that's the preaching of this is by tasting it, the emanation happens. Everything, this is what spontaneous devotional service is. Everything is spontaneous. That's hooked into that conception that they preach, that the devotees are desire tree. See? When you go to the devotee, they have that emanation. What do you want? I want to be one with God. Some people come here for that. That's a contamination, actually, still. They come here and they think, yeah, let me get what's here. And it's all about, I'm that love. No, that's a contamination. No. It's about tasting that love. It's about tasting Krishna. See, the Lord desired to appear for two reasons. Yeah, he wanted to taste the sweet essence. He wanted to taste that love, not to be that love. That's Mayavadi. Watch out for that, everybody. Watch out for those who preach that. And the preachers watch out for that if you want to make it. Otherwise, you'll come here and that's the desire. Oh, you want to be that love. Oh, you don't want to taste that love? You want to be the sugar? You don't want to taste the sugar. See, this is a subtle thing known in India. They've had this controversy. What do you want to be the sugar or taste the sugar? See, to be the sugar is a contamination here. See? So just, and watch out, those who preach that. You don't get too intimate with that preaching because you'll lose this. It's very subtle. To be the sugar. No, you're that love. And the whole point of coming to Gaur Haridas is so that you can await. Then, thank you very much. Now I'm
I
like
reacted on that, yeah.
Yeah, watch out. And that person, whoever's preaching like that, if you want to go deeper without being trapped by that misconception, it's just, they had the same thing going on 550 years ago. It's in the pastime of Swarb Damodar and, what was his name? His cowherd boy type, but he had a nephew who was a Mayavadi. This is the Mayavadi thing, wanting to be the love, wanting to basically be God. That's what it really comes down to. Be guru, be God, be guru. It's always like that. And so anyway, he had a nephew that was a Mayavadi. See, can you imagine the subtle teachings in this book? You see why it's postgraduate? Who can understand these things? Unless the Lord shows me, I can't. It's just too deep. So I see what's happened in the book is happening again, the same things. And we have to know these things. These are, see, the highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion. That's an illusion. See, that's not our eternal position to be God. It's not to be that love. It's to taste that love. If you want that, I mean, you could be under that illusion of being that love. It's like being oneness thing. You can do that. You can be that, or you can go deeper into your real original position. See, which is to taste that love as a devotee. See, that's the idea, devotee. What are you devoted to? Well, I'm devoted to the Lord's Satchidananda. I'm devoted to that. I don't want to become, like be that. You become that by worshiping, tasting these things, relishing as a devotee. See, that's pure devotional service. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, so in this pastime, this devotee he was a pure devotee. He was a follower of Lord Caitanya. And he said, oh, well, he said, goes to Swarabdhamana, hey, I got a nephew and he's giving discourse. See, even though Lord Caitanya was here, you don't know, the same thing is happening now. Everything's same, always same. People, you think, oh, everybody accepted Lord Caitanya as that path and they just went, no, it's just like now. They're the Vaidhi Bhaktas, very staunch. They may have, because the Lord was in such a mood when he basically in his sannyas time, he would give honor. He wouldn't be preaching kind of like this. This was in the later pastimes, and even then people, oh, he's just, and they wouldn't take the association. Some would, a lot of people did. And especially when he followed the rules, that could you imagine if we all followed the rules, it'd be easier for them to take. They'd say, oh, they're rule followers. Yeah. So the Lord kind of tricked them into coming closer. But that's still, there's still more purification. So anyway, this devotee says, let's go listen to my nephew. Let's hear what he has to say. He's a Mayavadi, and we'll just check him out just for fun. And Swarabdhamana said, oh, be careful. He says, because if you listen to that Mayavadi idea that you're this love and you're this and you're oneness and just have guru just to get you there and then just drop him, you don't need him really anymore. He's just here to awaken your love, and then now you know who you are, your love, it's all, you're it. He says, no, you can drop. You'll lose being a devotee, and then you'll go into that Mayavadi. It's that strong. So people got to be careful. You may not pick it out or understand it. You may feel there's something not quite right about that. It's just like with it when I was in ISKCON. We all knew there was, not we all, but many people knew there was something not quite right that was going on there, but it wasn't easy to identify, because all this stuff goes on. See, even this is a big secret, but we're here to expose it. The Lord shows me, I show everybody else to help them. Yeah, and that's why you see it's even like with preaching, you can't get people there. They're on different levels of devotional service. So you give the message, and they're gonna, oh, we don't understand. No, it's not that way. Yeah, and they just can't get it, and they won't get it until they're ready.
Until it works inside.
Yeah. Just So that's just how it is, and it was happening when Lord Caitanya was here, and that's he told even Jagadananda, who went to Vrindavan, he says, give respect at a distance because. They're on another platform of devotional service as Vaidhi, and they just can't understand the platform you're on, more intimate, more free, more relaxed. They just can't get that, So, give them respect at a distance, but associate intimately with Rupa and Sanatan, who are of that caliber, of that level, spontaneous devotees. So that's what we got going on here. And the Lord will get us through. That's why you can't just kick the guru away all the way to the end. The Lord informs them. That's why he gives you a guru, because he informs the guru of these very subtle things that are not very difficult to identify. I mean, I'm surprised myself. You know,
It's a
and
source. It stays a
yeah,
source.
yeah.
Always, always, always.
It's like when Lord Caitanya came, he taught the devotees even. So he empowers a devotee to do this. Even like one devotee wanted to take initiation from Gadadhar, Pandit, and Gadadhar, he knew. He said, "Listen, without the sanction of Lord Chaitanya, I can't do I can't. Even though he was a pure devotee, I cannot do this job as a spiritual man. I have to have the authority." And then Lord Chaitanya gave it, and the empowerment. And that's just how it is. He gives people like that. And if you're not good with that, then you won't make it. That means you want to be guru. See, the bottom line, he gives people under that direction, just like he gives people to Jesus. You know, when he was here, these were his, and he gave them the power Jesus, the power to deliver them. Otherwise, there's obstacles in every way. And same thing here. If you come here and you are inspired to come under this direction and everything, you'll learn these ins and outs. Otherwise, you'll come here for some other motive and leave or whatever. You know, you go somewhere. If you're not coming here to see, is it about being a disciple and dedicated and because some people are built for that. You know, and some people are just, you know, they have their different destinations that they desire to go. Yeah. So the devotee is truly a desire tree. Whatever you want. You want pure devotional service here? Yeah, you can get it. You want to become God or become like, feel yourself under that illusion of equality with God? You can come here and then you'll go because, you know, birds of a feather flock together. You'll find some Mayavadi. Some Christians, a lot of Christians have that. Oh, you'll go back, you know, to Christianity, and there are a lot of Christians in when they want to be like Jesus and the big healers, and you know, and one with the Jesus trip type thing. Yeah. I mean, if you have faith in the real guru, it's all spontaneous. You want to be healed. Well, don't think I'm here to go and to do it like that. You come with that desire, and if your faith is strong enough, you'll be healed. That's how it works. Jesus said, "What would you like me to do for you?" I want to be healed, Jesus. Oh, let it be done for you by your desire. Let it be done. So it's on what you want. The devotee's a desire tree. If maybe you don't have faith enough for that. Yeah. 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 I mean, that's even, you know, even when Lord Caitanya was here, there's pastimes where the devotees, they were in groups, they had gurus. And a lot of them, especially after the disappearance of Lord Caitanya, it got a little weird. Because all this stuff you see, people wanting to be God, they wanting to be gurus and everything. And the disciplic line started, they wanted to penetrate the disciplic line and usurp it, just like they always do. And the real devotees, they separated themselves. That's why you see in the teaching in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 12, there are the real followers and the false followers. See? That's why even in this Sangha, it has to be separated out, you know, like, okay, you got to see who's a real follower. Because if you think everybody's a real follower, everybody's worthy to listen to, if a person is contaminated with this wanting to be God and wanting to be guru, and you're listening to that vibration, you don't understand what I'm telling you. Oh, you'll just that air, that flavor. What do you think Jesus said? Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees. He said there's a pride in that. There's a competition in that. There's an illusion in that. See? So Judas did not beware of that, and he went and associated intimately with the Pharisees, who claimed, oh yeah, we're friends of Jesus. We want to help him. He's like, there's no difference here. I'm just more open about it. See, Jesus was more hinting and all that stuff. I just tell you right, bluntly, you don't like it, too bad. Go take your Mayavadi consciousness somewhere else. If you want to be a real disciple, come see here what it is. Come learn. Otherwise, while I'm on my watch, these things aren't not going down. Man. You're going to learn what pure devotional service is. You're going to come here and taste that love, not be that love. That you want to do that? Yeah, be a Christian, man, or whatever. Go to the alloys. We're here to taste this bhakti, man, and automatically everything spontaneously works out perfectly, nicely. Okay? Yeah. So
But
yeah,
Guru Maharaj,
yeah.
a real Christian, he is really praising Jesus all the time for the spirit that he received. He really has this Guru Tattva concept, isn't it?
Yeah, but you see another thing. Okay, it's just like you saw people there. They're good people in Mayapur, like that one you mentioned, that guy doing all these good things and everything. And he was, oh, good for you that you got that. At times I've heard that. Well, good for you. It's a nice, good thing to say. Good for you, but I got my path, right? A lady here, good for you, but I got my path. Yeah, great. Okay, go for it, man.
That's
I
not
got a
an
mission.
intimate friend. That will
Yeah.
never become an intimate friend of mine, that man.
No,
He's a
yeah.
nice guy, but no.
Yeah, no. And so, but that's just the way it is. It's just people, I know mine and mine know me. That's what Jesus taught. Because he knew he was preaching, and those who are meant to come. Look, Fanny comes here, Amy comes here, they know. This is where I belong. I know mine and mine know me. It's actually there. These things need to be straightened out a little bit. It's like Krishna knows. I mean, I don't see like I know I mean, no, it's not. No, they know. You know in your heart where you belong. That what's for you. And so that's why the many are called and a few are chosen. So those who are meant to come will come, and the others will be, oh, good for you, man. But I got my path. I'm not really interested in this. It's no different. It was same 500 years ago, same thing. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, Lord Chaitanya is very nice. You know who was that? I don't want to say because, I will say. There was a devotee there. I think it was Guru Nanak, River's family line. He had kirtan with Lord Chaitanya and everything. Then he went away. Do you ever mention Lord Chaitanya? And do you ever hear? And he never mentioned because good for you, But I got my way. Could you imagine God in this form? See, not everybody realized the value of Lord Chaitanya. You can think there are many great people. Guru Nanak, I'm sure, was a great person. Many great persons. But this is why Jesus said, "Oh Lord, it is right. It is very amazing that you keep this understanding, this knowledge, the glory, that true glory from the wise and even the saintly, and you give it to babes. You give it to people like Fanny's and others here that are coming with a sincere heart, Amy's and Lalita's." Okay? So it just is like that, So not if anybody would have really understood who Lord Chaitanya was, could you imagine Lalita, Lord Chaitanya, God in that the one that is, he's in every atom and every cell, and he takes a very special incarnation. Can you imagine willingly leaving him or never speaking about him again? Well, people
And
did that back then.
yeah, and saying good for you, but I don't want to complete God. I'm happy with a piece of it. No
Yeah,
understanding at all, not God conscious at all. Otherwise, you
yeah,
wouldn't say that.
yeah. And the world will think they're and they are great, according to their different levels. But what Lord Chaitanya brought here, and that's why, it's so kind of severe here, because he brought something so special. And that's why you see you have to worship in an ecstatic mood for a long, long time to purify all these little things, these little, things we pick up being in this this universe. Yeah. So it's beautiful. It's really, it's nice. And so in this verse, it's perfect. Lord Chaitanya came to taste the sweet essence of love of Krishna. See, taste love of Krishna, not to be that love, to taste it, to taste the sweetness of that love. See? That's how you maintain your individuality and position as a devotee. That's perfection. See? So what you say of Neem Kurli Baba, he was chanting Ram, Ram. Yeah, see, a lot of them. Him too, also. He's a great person. He's a good example. Great person. And had mystic powers and all that stuff. But still, what Lord Chaitanya came, see, and this is what it comes down to. And nobody's ever spoken like this so deeply. I'm telling you, this is all new.
Yeah, the picture is frozen and there's no sound. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Go.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Okay,
Hare
we're back.
yeah
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter how great you are in this world. It's all by association with particular types of devotees that you can transform if it's in your destiny to do so. If you feel, and you'll feel it. And just like Uddhava is a great example. Like if people thinking now, Gohar, you shouldn't be saying these persons are great persons. Of course, they had the same love as Lord. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. Never did. And that's not the truth. The truth is it's by association you get this. If a Vaidhi Bhakti is like that person says, well, good for you, and I'm not interested, they don't get it. It's just how it is. And they don't want it. The devotee, you're like a desire tree when you get this mercy. If they want it, they can get it. If they reject it, well, then they reject it. Same thing with people that went to Lord Caitanya was here. He was given this very deep realization. Well, good for you. I'm also a great saint. And they go on their way, and they probably were very saintly persons, but they didn't accept deeply. Like I think that Guru Nanak went and had a little kirtan with Lord Caitanya, and then he left. Like that. That was all we know, and never spoke about him. You don't hear him in this. That Lord Caitanya is the great. Same thing. Another person who actually had the association for a while, Vallabhabhata, and then he went and started his own disciplic line and never met. No, I didn't hear him mention Lord Caitanya. He imitated. He became Mahaprabhu. See that imitation thing? So these the devotees, Lord Caitanya as in the form of a devotee. All the devotees, their desire tree. What do you want? I want to be like Lord Caitanya. I want to be a Mahaprabhu. You can see even in the past time, he had this thing. He wanted to be the teacher. It's right in there, right in everybody's face. He wanted to instruct the devotees. See? It always comes down to that. When you want to have that, it's a contamination. They can't see. It's a blindness, like blinders. So it's all in Uddhava. Look how great Uddhava was. You could say, think Guru Nanak is fantastic and great and all that. But look at Uddhava. He was a very intimate associate of Krishna. But for him to get a deeper revelation, he had to go to Vrindavan and meet those devotees who had that relationship. See, you have to get it from the devotee. You have to give respect to it if you want that. You have to dedicate yourself. Uddhava, when he went to Vrindavan, he says, I just want to be a blade of grass and trampled on by the feet of the gopis. See what that means, submissive to their kind of teaching, what they realize about Krishna. Because what these very intimate devotees realize about Krishna is so deep. You can only get it by mercy, by their mercy and God's mercy to bring you to them and be favorable. And then by the mercy of Krishna, you get such a particular type of devotee. And by the mercy of that devotee, you get that worship ability to worship Krishna like they do. Of course, in your own ras. What do you think is going on here? Why do you think? Why do you see what's going on here is different than in every other sangha? Because the real deal is here. The real Gaudiya Vaishnava line is here. And if it doesn't have this style of getting this type of realization, this kind of worship, this kind of spontaneous devotion, then it's not the real line yet. See, and people give respect to those lines, but no respect here. That's just kind of how it's not easy to understand what's going on here. But if you're called to understand, great, I'm going to go on preaching. I know a lot of people are going to be repelled by it. Like two opposite, like Vaidhi and Raganuga. If you're a real staunch Vaidhi, you're going to be like a magnet that's repelled by this. You see the opposite sides of the magnet. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'd rather be with people, and those who are attracted will be. That's what Jesus knew. You see, I learned a lot from Jesus' preaching. So much. He's practical, very practical. It's funny we got all that. I mean, that's what I see. I see all these jewels. I see jewels everywhere. In where you show me any book about God. I mean, from sincere devotees, and I'll find the jewels. That's what I do, man. I'm a jewel guy. The guys with the glass. They look. Is this a real thing or not? Go ahead, Lolita.
Yeah, you speak about those magnets. My Krishna can more easily associate with karmis because you know on what level they are, but with Vaidis, he's throwing with the pots when he hears, because they are saying things that he doesn't want to hear. He wants to hear the conclusive truth, it's normal. They show that they don't know him, and then they start to teach me. Not
Yeah.
working. That's something, then I revolt. I really
Yeah.
revolt. Those magnets, it's not working.
No. Well, Sarvabhauma was like that at first. Sarvabhauma wanted to teach Lord Caitanya. You consider him, even though he saw all the ecstatic stuff and everything, he couldn't accept it. Well, he did, but he still wanted to teach him. See, so the devotees, the spontaneous devotees, are usually considered neophytes amongst the people on another platform. They think they're superior than to the devotees. It's just like the Brahmins in the pastime in 10th canto, the wives of the Brahmins. The cowherd boys first, the Krishna wanted to show how it works. He put the exalted cowherd boys who have this intimate relationship with Krishna, right? But they're dressed in forest attire. They don't look like it. They're not like trying to dress for success, or they already have success. They don't need to put on a show. So Krishna said, "Oh, go to the Brahmins first and beg some service from them, some food from them." And the Brahmins looked at them and said, "You neophytes, we're not going to give you anything." Then they went back. They didn't want to pay him any mind at all. And they go back to Krishna. Oh, they didn't want to serve you. They didn't want to do anything. That's like we do. They say, "Hey, we don't want to serve you." They're not. They think. They look at us like neophytes. And then he said, "Oh, go to their wives. Get the wives first." And the wives, they heard about Krishna. They were just, from their heart, naturally attracted. And they're just simple, simple people. Okay? But they were just, from their heart, they're just naturally attracted to Krishna, his pastimes. And so the representatives, the spontaneous devotees, go to them. "Oh, yeah, we'll serve. Yeah, we'll go with you." And the husbands tried to keep them from going. No, you not. And they tried to, speculate and connive, by twisting the string. "Oh, you see, the Shastras say you got to obey your husband, and you got to wear your gurus and all that. You can't do this. You can't go to them." You ever, say family members are kind of like that, "Oh, we're going to kick you out of our family." Can you imagine your own family, man? This is severe, isn't it? Poor Lalita, her own. They can't even. Her family doesn't even want to have her on Facebook, man. Not even her friend anymore. Can you imagine? This is the kind of family we're born into, and you give your whole life to them, right? It's like what I do in the Vaidhi level. I gave my whole life to ISKCON. I gave my whole life. I mean, everything I tried to follow everything properly, and I worked day and night for them, 12 hours a day I did, and made all this money for them, gave it all to them. I was eating nothing, but whatever slop whatever that oil halava they gave me, and so with all that sugar in it, I just did it. And at the end, when I was burnt out completely, dish rag. I got a dirty dish rag. You're just finished. Okay, go out. Can I get at least bus ticket to California? If I was in Texas. Oh, no. Just get out of here. Go leave. And that's how it is. And am I bitter about that? No, it was a great lesson. Thank you. Thank you. Because they don't have, on the Vaidhi level, the compassion is not really born there. It's all a show. It's all just, can we use you? What kind of service can we get out of you? It's like the elites. Also, it's all contaminated. The whole world is contaminated. Nobody cares about anybody, really. It's all a big show. Because caring for the body always has some material motivation. Always. You want to look good. Look at me. I'm a good person and all that. That's why devotees, pure devotional service is the only pure thing, if you could ever find it in this world, is tasting the nectar of God, tasting his presence and all of this. And that's the only thing that'll purify us of all this. Nothing else. No good deeds. That's what you see. It's not attainable by good deeds. You could build a zillion hospitals, and without the association of a devotee tasting the nectar of God, who God and what God actually is in this form, you still won't get what Amy gets, even though you built 1 million nice hospitals for the bodies to heal the bodies of everybody. But Amy gets the prize. You don't get this prize. You get some other prize. You get and go to the demigods. You can be up there for millions of years and have a great time. And you can have your flower airplane. You'll have your opulence, and you fly around, and people go, "Oh, he's such a great person." Just like here, you see the people that do pious deeds. Oh, he's such a great person. Oh, Trump, he's so fantastic and everything. That's going up in heaven. If he's a good person, or if somebody's go up there and they'll also, oh, he's such a great being. See, but the real pure devotees, nobody knows practically. They'll never say. That's why you got to be good with pure devotional service, because don't expect people to always give you. I mean, I preached for 20-something years on the camera and reject. It's kind of like a person trying to sell a novel. You ever hear that? They get rejected so many times, and then finally it's accepted. It's kind of like that. That's on the material level. This is on the spirit, rejecting the spiritual body of God. No, oh, you're in line. Just keep going. The taste is too good to stop. Yeah, go ahead, Lalita.
Means that Krishna is so attractive that it replaces all that. Because as I told you, I served my boys 45 years. I was a mother hen. I loved my boys very, very much. Really, really. And it did not affect me that they said, we don't want you anymore. They are ashamed of me. They are really ashamed. They want to lock me up. And they think I'm on drugs and all kind of things. I don't care. This taste is so sweet, and I'm so convinced that this is the right thing to do. So, yeah.
You got to be like that, isn't it? And that's Krishna's protection. Otherwise, Maya will just drag you back out of this. I mean, even was it Bhakti Siddhanta? He had these sannyasis. He made sannyasis to keep them close, but they're still on that level of Vaidhi and not very strong, even with their guru. And their wives came and dragged them away by the ear. They just, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, it's like the shoe doesn't fit anymore. There is no attraction anymore because it's obvious the quality. We found a higher quality, and the old shoe, it doesn't fit anymore.
Exactly, it doesn't fit anymore. Yeah, and that's the mercy. So you get the mercy of this kind of association, so we can do this. Otherwise, can you imagine without the Maya is very strong and very bewildering. But because we really do have Krishna's protection, like in big time here, that's why I also stay close. I want to. This is my. Yeah. See, we're playing, but yeah. So this is a great boon for all of us. That's why Prabhupada wanted to build temples for association, even on the Vaidhi level, because without it, you couldn't even do Vaidhi Bhakti. You would need some temple, some other devotees doing the same, birds of a feather, to be able to do something. You have to have a temple where people congregate, and meet people. Because alone, Maya just comes in and just will sweep you away, especially now. You see now with the association, how can you not become more or less a demon unless you have some higher association, even as a Christian? Can you send the link again? Oh, for River. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Even Yeah. So you need to, right now, the association is so bad in this Kali Yuga, and it's coming right out. If you don't have association with some good people or something, you'll be swept away by the mainstream media. They're tricking everybody. All these subtle programmings on TVs, all this stuff, and everything they show you in the movies and everything, it'll contaminate you unless you have some level of higher association. How could you survive? Many good people in churches are even being swept up. Masses of people in churches, because a lot of times their ministers are contaminated. Many of them are demons, actually. Because the demons are like they infiltrate. You need some sincere people. This level is, to be honest with you, this is a major miracle. You think Jesus's miracles are big? Healing sick bodies and all this. For what we're preaching here is more. This is Jesus died, and then they got the Spirit. Then they got what the real prize was, not the big healing of the body and everything. They got the awakening of the spiritual body. This is happening here, and Kali Yuga is advanced more than that time. Okay, so this is the miracle how we have really genuinely Lord Chaitanya's association. Look at all the Vaides. Look at all family members can't understand. Nobody practically understands what we're doing, but we go on doing it with gusto, with happiness, just like the Lord. That's revival. If we can, a small group of people like us can continue on in the midst of all this pressure from the outside, which it doesn't even feel like any pressure, right, Lolita? Now it's amazing. It's just the pressure is like equalized. And actually this force is, the equalization of force, there's more Maya's force there, and we're pushing back, but it's not even like we're even doing it. But Krishna is pushing back through us, and we're more than equalized. It's not just in a neutral, it's pushing Maya back. That's how strong Krishna's energy is. It's amazing. Did you want to say something, Tom? Or?
Yes. I heard you say you need the association of good people, but I feel we have to be careful not following the mode of goodness people.
No,
We have to
I didn't
follow the
say that.
pure goodness.
No. Yeah, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm saying people need some kind of association with either good people or Vaidhi Bhaktas even, who are sincere, because otherwise you can get swept up very easily into the demoniac association now, because this is the prophesied in the Bible that there will be strong deception upon the world. There's always been deception in the world, but strong is strong. I mean, when people are, when the Nazis were here, they're evil people. Nazis are very evil. They brought people into the gas chambers, Here, they're doing the same thing now, but they're tricking them to go into these clot shot chambers. Okay? So it's a deception thing. And if you, it's all by your, so if you have the closer you are to the Lord's spiritual potency, the more protection you'll get just naturally. Because the Lord knows his Maya. He knows what he's doing here. It'll inform us. Oh, sorry there, River. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, so he's informing us and helping us. I mean, this is a great boon. Otherwise, none of us would get out of this, Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention a few things here today about that. And, okay, let's read on there.
I'm going to mute myself again, yeah. Lord Krishna thought, there is an echo, Guru Maharaj.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let me take care of that.
All the universe is filled with the conception of my majesty, but love, weakened by that sense of majesty, does not satisfy me. If one regards me as a supreme Lord and himself as the subordinate, I do not become subservient to his love, nor can it control me. In whatever transcendental mellow my devotee worships me, I reciprocate with him. That is my natural behavior.
Read that verse again. That's so good. I love that verse.
In whatever transcendental mellow my...
No. Back.
The other one?
Yeah.
If one regards me as a supreme Lord
Back
and
one more.
himself.
Back one more.
One more higher?
Yeah.
Lord Krishna thought all the universe is filled with the conception of my majesty. But love, weakened by that sense of majesty, does not satisfy me. Yeah, it's a very, very clarifying sentence.
Yeah. This is the majesty. Oh God, it's amazing and all that. But this intimacy, this taste of closeness with the real mentality of God, this sweetness, this beauty, this closeness. This is what overwhelms the Lord, and it gives the devotee an experience greater than the majesty. This is, for yourself why the Lord says that. See, because the Lord himself is in us. He's the first experiencer, actually. Okay? So he experiences, you're so close to the Lord. That's why they come. This is the pure devotional service, is tasting that closeness. To when the Lord is overwhelmed, the devotee is overwhelmed simultaneously. What the Father does, the Son does. See, and this is pure devotional service. This is what Lord Caitanya came to teach: simultaneous oneness and difference. So it's both the Lord and the devotee relishing the same thing. So that's what Jesus really meant, that most people don't understand. Most Christians don't understand that when you see me, you see the Father. That's how you recognize the Father. That's why when you say, oh, Krishna, I believe in Krishna and everything, and then you see a devotee relishing this closeness, and you think, ooh, well, what are you? That's demoniac. So they just don't know who they're worshiping. See, the devotee shows who they're worshiping, but most reject because they don't know. It's just like Jarasandha. He was like a Vaidhi Bhakta, but very strict, saintly king, everything. But then he saw Krishna, who was the God he was worshiping, but he didn't know. And he went against him, wanted to fight with him. He wanted to teach him. See, he wanted to teach him. Oh, he's not following the principles like I do. He's wrong. See, that's the Vaidhi. He was a worshiper of God, Vishnu. That's why the Vaidhis, they're not worshiping Krishna yet if they don't have this ecstatic devotion. They have to get it from those who know who they're worshiping. They don't really know the depth of who they're worshiping. They only know the majesty, and there's more distance.
You've got to taste those rasas. You've got to taste that is spirit of alive. Otherwise, it's theology and.
Yeah. See, Lord Caitanya came to give us what he has, to be ability to taste those rasas that he tastes. He had to come as a devotee. Otherwise, you cannot instruct this. That's why Uddhava was sent. Krishna in Dwarka could not teach this level of bhakti that the gopis had and the residents had. He had to go there and learn from them. So that's why the Lord came as a devotee. To learn this, he had to teach in the form of a devotee. So, and he just, and that, he came to taste this thing. He said, well, my devotee, see, that's Raganuga Bhakti. You see a devotee tasting this intimacy, and then you also want to taste this intimacy. And that's how. Otherwise, if you don't want, well, you don't want. You don't because it's not your desire, and you go somewhere else.
That's
And the
planting the
subtle,
seeds,
yeah,
planting the desire by showing it.
yeah,
You get some drops of it and you want more.
yeah. Well, that's yeah. That's if you're into it, if you're open to it. Who's this? Come on. Can you send
Guess
a
who,
link
Guru
again
Maharaj?
for River? River is here. Oh, come on. Who is that? I don't even see a name. Put your name up there. I don't know who you are. And there's no picture. I'm not putting somebody on. There's no picture. I'm sorry, man. Put a picture or a name. My name
I know
is.
who it is, Guru Maharaj.
Who
It's
is it?
shit. Shit. You don't know who shit is? He's calling himself all the time shit. He's talking about shit all the time.
Oh, what? Karuna? Is it Karuna? Oh, oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Well,
Amy says, let
I
me take
told
a
him.
wild guess who it is.
Well, I guess I hate that guy. Yeah. I warned him, actually. I told him, I said, listen, man, a lot of devotees are losing favor with a lot of devotees. He says, I don't care. Okay. I gave you the message, man.
5 years is a long time.
I said, even Fanny is blocking you. I said, when Fanny blocks somebody, that's serious. And he says, oh, I don't care. Okay, well, Krishna will help you. He'll
Oh, he
teach you.
doesn't care. He begged me, please, Lalita, can you ask Johan to unblock me? Because it
Yeah,
hurts my heart so much. He doesn't care.
He's just a naughty boy.
When he shows up, the class is disturbed.
Yeah. You naughty boy. Yeah. Krishna, you spank that guy. Give him a good whooping.
These processes are so interesting. These steps.
What a
My
nice
God,
name.
it's so totally tailor made approach from Krishna
Yeah,
to lead everyone in this upgrade in this personal progress.
yeah,
My God.
yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, we'll work it out. But read the next. Oh yeah. Read that verse again.
Okay. So all the universe is filled with the conception of my majesty, but love, weakened by that sense of majesty, does not satisfy me.
So the bottom line is you got to see a devotee tasting this love, tasting Krishna's love, tasting Krishna's sweetness and beauty. Otherwise, how are you going to know this? So that's what we're right on the mark, man. We're doing, this is the mission. Isn't it nice to be in Lord Chaitanya's mission? Who else is going to do this mission? I haven't seen one guru that was actually performing the real mission of Lord Chaitanya. And I see why he taught Vaidhi Bhakti, because it's very difficult to understand the real mission that he's on. Even most of these gurus I've seen, they don't understand Lord Chaitanya's mission. They're no shows, and that's okay. You no show, okay, but you're not. The mission ain't here yet. Well, that's why Prabhupada came. Okay, show the mission now. Because why not? I mean, don't you want to know why Lord Chaitanya came here? And the only way you could know why is you got to see the devotee doing what he did, tasting the nectar of transcendental mellows. Otherwise, there's no way you could know. and then you got to see, because you can't understand, you got to see the witnesses doing the same thing because they're open to it, they're attracted. See, so that's the only qualification See, some devotees won't come here or can't come here because they have a misconception that you have to be qualified to come here. You got to be some exalted super soul, superstar devotee, like has been taught. You got to be renounced. You got to be perfect in this. You got to be like a big sannyasi. You got to be renounced of every material desire. See, that is not the qualification here. The qualification is what you see here. It's you come and you see devotees worshiping like this, you think, oh, I also want to worship like this. What qualification did the wives of the Brahmins have? Just simple ladies cooking, back then, just cooking, making food for their husbands. But they were open to associating with the cowherd boys. They were attracted. So they got it. And the Brahmins got it later when they realized their fault. See, when they saw the wives come back they didn't want to go back. They just wanted to stay with the cowherd boys and Krishna. They didn't want to go back to their husbands. You can see in the past, they didn't want to come back. The Krishna said, no, I'm here. I'm a Leela avatar. I'm here to spread this. And it'd be better if you go back because you'll see, you'll change people.
Yeah.
That's why Jesus said the same thing for his disciples. He said, Lord, I don't ask you to take them back. You keep them here, but you keep them safe so that they can spread this. Yeah. So Krishna said, you go back. And they did. And obviously, the Brahmins had read about this. Like we have the books. Somehow they were affected because they thought, look, they actually got this love of God because they saw the change in their wives. Their wives were transformed into this devotees. They had love of Krishna, love of God. Well, love of Krishna because the cowherd boys carried love of Krishna, that flavor, that ras. And they said, fire on us. We didn't serve the cowherd boys. That's the simple thing. People, if you don't come here and give some service, some respect even, then you won't get this. How? Because, unless you get it later, which came for them later, they got it through. It's always by association. When they finally gave respect to their own wives, they humbled themselves to do that. They realized, they got what we really couldn't get with all our pujas and all our Vaidhi stuff. See, we have what they can't get through Vaidhi Bhakti. And until that's acknowledged, they can't get this. And I'm just quoting the scriptures. It's not by Vaidhi Bhakti. It's not by rules and regulation, not by pious deeds, not by renunciation, not by sadhana bhakti, not by mantra chanting. Everything they preach to get this, to attain this, it's not by that. The scriptures say that. I say that too. See, it's through the devotees who chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. I say that too and I show, or you show, that it works because you came through the ecstatic devotee and you get this ecstasy. It's always that way. And when you become dedicated to that and you got no doubts and like, well, is there some other friggin' path better than this? Oh, you just stick here and I'll convince you there's nothing better than this. In the whole universe, there's nothing better than this. You can go to every nook and cranny of this universe, and there's nothing better than this unless there's another devotee teaching this, and they're very rare. I mean that with all seriousness. With a few jokes peppered in there to soften the blow. Yeah, that's how rare Lord Caitanya is, how rare his real devotees are. How rare this bhakti is, How rare understanding these conceptions you heard here. You could go 40 years and you'll never hear a class like this with these kinds of confidential conclusions. You would have to be back 550 years ago when Narottam and Srinivas were preaching like this, these kinds of conclusions. Prabhupada didn't preach like this. He didn't reveal this. This is only in his books and in his private ecstasies. Bhaktisiddhanta also, and Bhakti Vinod especially more. All their private ecstasies. See, we have this is the miracle to get so many people hearing and listening and partaking of these private talks, most confidential talks. And if somehow or other you like them, oh, are you fortunate? Are we for? I feel also part of that. I feel fortunate to like this stuff. I will stick here already, been much blessed, so worth it. Yeah, I mean, check your own experience. If you stay here long enough, there's no blind belief here. I'm not looking for yes men or yes women. See, Karuna actually thinks that. He says, oh, they just, whatever you say. No, they can relate, that's all. They relate. They say, yeah, that's the way it is. Yeah, I experienced that. It's not like that's the illusion, thinking they're yes. There are that's the material version. Yes, people. They don't have realization, just whatever they say, because they got motive. Oh, whatever the guru or the teacher say, oh, yes, 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 because they have material motive. No, it's not like that. That's your obstacle, man. Because you don't see this as you think it's your way and that your conception. That's why you're an outsider in that way. See, it's not like you say. That's all illusion. This is not Stockholm syndrome. Are you kidding? Far from it. Yeah. What that means? The Haridas is torturing them people. Are you kidding?
Yeah. He says, I'm afraid of you, and I'm sitting here because I'm afraid of you. I'm such a liar that I even sit here when I have a headache. Those kind of things I hear. It's not funny, Yamuna, not at all. It's actually blaspheming Guru Maharaj in a hidden way. I can't laugh with those things anymore, really.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, yeah.
Stockholm syndrome.
Who said that? What's that? I thought Karuna said that.
Karuna says that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, anyway, that's the thing. People misconceive and misconceive. So that's why ultimately you just have to, people are going to do what they do. When Prabhupada was here, Bhakti Siddhanta, people have different mentalities came. What are you going to do?
Did Lord Caitanya close the door, Guru Maharaj?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what it is. Anyway, you get your warnings here, and if you don't heed them. Okay, so go on there. Read on.
If one regards me as a supreme Lord and himself as a subordinate,
you know what? Let me just choose the verse. I want to just cut to the chase on some things. Okay. Text number 19. Read that one.
Okay. In whatever transcendental mellow my devotee worships me, I reciprocate with him. That's my natural behavior.
See, whatever transcendental mellow. See? So there's also a little bit of transcendental thing in Vaidhi. A little bit. A little slight thing there. See, and so the Lord reciprocates, gives respect. You give respect. Oh, also the Lord also from a distance. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But it doesn't overwhelm the Lord. And how do you know? You're not overwhelmed.
I noticed that devotees who were really spontaneous worshipping, that they had more closeness, like Johan and Jan Buggenhout. They were more playing with the deities. They had this mood, this
Yeah,
spontaneous
yeah, yeah.
mood.
They're ripe for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they people know. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, whatever transcendental mellow, um, the Lord reciprocates. So this mellow, that's why you get it. You have to get it by association. You got to see that like somebody worshiping very intimately the Lord, and then you say, "I want that." That's ragun. That's the qualification for raganuga bhakti. And otherwise, if you don't have that, then you can't follow this path. Doesn't matter how perfectly you're a perfect Vaidhi Bhakti and everything. If you're just not interested in this mood, you're not interested. And those who are get it because that's how powerful this is. If you're just let you think, I also see Krishna, the devotees a desire tree. If you think, oh, I also like to worship like this. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this is, from your heart. Then the Lord says, oh, okay, here you go. Yeah. I feel like water over water. Water over water. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's an interesting verse. Ah. Yeah. Read verse 21, 22.
If one cherishes pure loving devotion to me, thinking of me as his son, his friend, or his beloved, regarding himself as great and considering me his equal or inferior, I become subordinate to him. That's very difficult to believe actually for people. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I would use another word. Thinking himself is great. I always, yeah, there could be another word used, but that's okay. But basically, it's that you see, if you're not raised by association with somebody that's a friend of Krishna, and you're not brought inside like that. But this is what's saying this is more attractive to God, and it'll be more attractive to you if you're open to it. But sometimes it takes people some lifetimes to get to that point where they want to move on or deeper. Or maybe that's why there are obviously people ready for this. All they need to do is hear the message and they'll come. And because Vaidhi has been being preached, there's a reason Prabhupada and all our line preach Vaidhi for this time. So those who are ready will hear the message and come. They'll say, oh, wow, this is what I've been looking for. Yeah. And then you'll understand these concepts. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to be an intimate friend of Krishna? Krishna's looking for that. He wants to be intimate friends with his devotees, to feel like, like, oh, this is my buddy. And the devotee likes that. Yeah, I'm up for that. Even like Mother Yashoda knew at times that her son was the Lord, but she just brushed it aside, and just got into her motherliness with him. It's like we know, right? We know the Lord's God, but we like this also, especially. We have to have both. We got to have dual consciousness here. You have to know, otherwise we couldn't preach it. That's why Chaitanya Leela was preached like that. If it was totally into Vrindavan, there'd be no preaching. you wouldn't believe that Krishna is God because he looks like an ordinary young man, right? So you got to, it has to be established that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And so that's what we do, we preach like that. But we also have this intimacy, which is beautiful. I mean, to have Krishna as your friend, there's nothing like it, man. Can you imagine having God as your intimate friend? I can't believe that that's a reality for a guy like me, but it's awesome. Really awesome. And you guys are getting it. That's awesome. And now I got some friends. Otherwise, I'd be here alone, because how many people have the Lord as their intimate friend? I mean, come on, man. It's kind of rare, isn't it?
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so amazing. All these examples of Mother Sachi approaching from her angle, and everyone is approaching from his personal angle and receives this promotion in a very specific, particular, individual way. There are so many angles, and he elevates everyone. This compassion is so great. Oh my God. And it's so it's so great, this compassion. He elevates everyone, he promotes everyone in the best imagine. We cannot imagine all the processes. He's a supreme facilitator. He cares for everyone in ways they are we cannot understand. It's too great.
Well, the thing is, you have to see that the Lord, we're here teach people how to come under the transcendental potency and not just kind of mix it all. He's caring for everybody. There's the Lord in his form as an illusion, caring for people, but we're here to help bring them out of that care, to get cared for by the transcendental Lord, his potency, because that's where blessings are and real benedictions. Otherwise, these lessons in the world, he's also caring for people, but on that level, it's nice to sort it out. So you're clear about, oh yeah, let me come under the care of the transcendental potency. Let's not make, we got to first separate. You got to distinguish. Otherwise, it's all kind of mixed in there. The Lord's caring for, it's just, there's the Lord in the Mayic form, Mahamaya, caring for people. But it's faulty, full of faults, because it's his shadow caring, it's just, and it's only because the people are, they're just not, they're less intelligent under that shelter. So we're offering here, you want to come under the care of the transcendental Lord, the transcendental potency. That's the mission of all self-realized souls, ultimately, is to bring people, and here we're bringing them very quickly, whoever wants to go, to be under the care of the transcendental potency and to experience the how amazing that is. And that the preaching just comes from your heart, like, wow, this is a real, my life is really benedictory. It's a real benefit now. See, so that's why even the Uttamadikari, if they're going to preach, they have to help the souls with a bridge. Even Lord Caitanya, even though he's God, he came to make bridges. He's a safe bridge to the spiritual world. That means his teachings are, these truths are, these relationships are, all these things that you learn here are the safe bridge to that most exalted, rare consciousness that is aspired for by the most intelligent beings in this universe. See, we have here. If there's anything to be jealous of, it would be what's being given here. So it's not surprising.
Given, yes.
Given, yeah, literally, man. Look, people come for this. Look how easy they get. Look at Fanny and Amy; they get it so easily. Yeah. Let's see. Freddie says something here. Let's see. First, Freddie says, "How does one become ready for this type of preaching? Some think they are ready, but don't behave as such." Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's all a behavior. It's how are you behaving? They may think so many things. They may think they're more intelligent than this preaching. Their intelligence is better than they're some. A lot of people they think, oh yeah, I'm as ecstatic as these devotees. Think so many different things, but who is thinking as it is? Who's got a clear perception on what's going on here? Yeah, go ahead.
I feel that these obstacles, they are very personal. For me, when I hear to your voice now,
Yeah.
I feel, yes, this upgrade, personal upgrade is coming. This peace is coming from the transcendental. Yes,
Mhm.
and I'm in this excited mood. I'm so enthusiastic,
Uh-huh.
and my eyes go like this. It's also an enthusiasm, but
Yeah,
it's my
yeah,
personal approach and my
yeah,
personal upgrade. What's
yes,
coming from here, and you
yeah,
bring me exactly what I need
yeah,
to get the next step. And the next
yeah,
step, you said it. You are saying it.
yeah,
You have to receive this transcendental peace. That's
yeah,
how I experience it
yeah.
now,
It's
and it
exciting, isn't it?
brings me peace,
Yeah,
and it brings me to the next step. And we cannot, yeah, you can look at process from that person and that person, but Krishna holds and Krishna and Guru, they know the whole picture. They know the next step the for that one and that one and that one to progress. And they are not, they are very tailor-made. It's a tailor-made process. It's so I'm
well,
just
yeah,
enthusiastic.
yeah, and the guru, or actually any devotee. It's not like the devotees know the whole thing. It's spontaneous. Everything is the knowledge comes spontaneously at like when it's needed. It just just appears, just like the devotion appears suddenly, spontaneously. Everything, the purification suddenly, spontaneously, the benedictions automatically. Everything,
The timing is perfect.
perfect. Yeah, it's just the devotees just happily associating with Krishna, and everything goes on. Look, the devotees, Lord Chaitanya's devotees save people, save the world simply by associating and having kirtan together and relishing each other's association. That was it. It's like we're happily having our talks and everybody's benefiting. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. So why don't we read Chaitanya Bhagavat? River, you want to read for a bit? Okay, read some Chaitanya Bhagavat. Wherever you want.
Okay, I'll just read from where I left off yesterday. Thank you. Just to Lolita, I wasn't laughing I was laughing at what Karuna's bullshit. I was laughing at his shit, what he's saying. It was just making me laugh because we give it too much attention, because I have been my experience has been having a block from the Sangha and being pushed out the Sangha because of my behavior was the worst thing that happened to me. And, you know,
we did not block you. Nobody blocked you.
You don't know what happened with me and Maharaj. And so it's about being blocked from it. And you can block it yourself from you can block it yourself. You can block that relationship yourself when Maharaj says some powerful words to you. And you can do it yourself because you know your behavior is terrible and you have to address your behavior. And actually, for me to have that distance, and it was forced upon me, was the best thing to help me learn and to help me grow up. So I'm laughing at what he's doing because he's going to have to go through that at some point. He thinks he's doing a great thing and he's doing some service to a degree. I can see that, you know, but it will come out. The truth will come out, like Maharaj is saying. The truth is coming out already. It will come out. You know, I know how it feels to be blocked by, blocking myself from the Sangha, from being at home, being with my family and friends, to be blocked from that. And I wasn't, but I kind of felt like I was. And it was the most hardest thing for me ever. I don't want to go through that ever again. One has to grow up. It's the only way. It embraces all the devotees. You know, to grow up, it embraces all the devotees. They can hold on to you with your behavior in this kind of childish behavior, you know, that does kind of purify a teeny bit to a degree. It's not enough. It's not enough. That's all I wanted to say. It was just a misunderstanding.
Good, thank you.
Lita, with you. And me, I'm not talking about what Karuna's doing what he's doing, and doing what he's doing. I'm not going to let it get in me, get in me anymore. It's been too much getting in you. It's been too much giving chance after chance after chance after chance. There comes a time where Krishna's just going to take over, and boom. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you. I'm reading from chapter 8 of the Adikunda. It is about, the title is Sri Mishra Returns to the Spiritual World. Lita, I'm on page 90. Just move this. I'm on page 90 and it's right at the bottom, well, not the bottom. Sri Mishra continued further down the bottom of the page.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
don't
stop
have
now?
the book here. It's no problem. I will listen.
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Sorry, Karuna, but I guess.
I have love for him. I have a lot of love for him.
Yeah.
But that is not enough to, a lot of it is sentimental as well, so it's not helping him. And he needs hard, anyway, I'm not saying anymore. Let's go. Okay. Jai Shri Guru Das, for everything that you have given me and constantly give me. Thank you for being who you really are and helping me grow up. Helping me grow up, because my own, nobody could do that except the power that comes from you. Because of my behavior and the entanglement with that kind of behavior. Only God could do that. Only he could put things in place to be able to remove that from me. And it's worked. So, you know, chastisement is a great thing. It's a wonderful thing if we really accept it. Whilst it's happening, you know, we see it differently, but that's okay, because once we come out, you know, we see the gifts that we receive as but similar to was it Shivananda saying that was kicked in the chest by I can't remember, was it Nityananda?
Nityananda, yeah, Nityananda.
You know, and he loved it. How can you love being kicked in the chest?
Yeah.
And any kind of connection with God is a great love. Any kind of connection with him is a love affair. And it really is like that, because we grow from it. We grow and we learn so much that we haven't learned about ourselves and everybody else as well. And Krishna always. So thank you for being who you are always. People don't like it. But people don't like being told they can't do something and they can't behave like that. They don't like that. They want to carry on behaving in the same way. But it's not conducive, especially for our Sangha, especially for the path that you are teaching all of us, for the path that we are walking on with you. It's not conducive for that. It is to a little degree what he does. A little degree. This is my perception. What he a little bit of purification here and there. When is it going to be your turn?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I have to tell people what to do, but if you want this association, it just doesn't fly here, like certain things. And I just, I mean, I want to, we're here to associate with in a certain potency and energy. And if it's too unlike and there's no coming into the alignment, then we have to stay on the outsiders. Just, this is for insiders here. And, you can see who's coming inside and giving respect to this. And if you're acting like an outsider, not knowing what's going on and then interrupting, disturbing, then I'll just put you outside. I'm not telling people what to do. You can be an asshole or whatever you want. I don't care. It's up to you. That's your relationship with whatever it is out there, and but we can tell here when whoever's going through thing, if it's too off, they'll just have to put you outside for a while. That's all. Until you figure it out. That's the lesson. Maya helps.
It's kindness. That's being kind, actually.
Yeah.
It's being kind so we can learn.
Yeah. They had the same thing go on when the early Christians were preaching. People came inside and they had a lot of weird shit going on inside them sometimes, contaminations, and they had to be put outside for a while. I say, you have to go out there. And they said, the devil will teach you, the devil is Maya. He just spanks you, just until you learn. I mean, So, I mean, I'm not here to control people. Just, hey, man, I mean, it's my choice of who what I want to associate with. I know what gives me life now, and I want to stay with that. And if you want this and, you want to go through the purification, yeah. Go for it there, River. Start reading.
Okay. Sri Mishra continued to pray with unflinching faith. Lifting both his hands, he begged for the Lord's mercy. One day, by divine arrangement.
Is there any echo? Is it okay like this? There's echo? Okay, does everybody have their thing muted? Yeah? Okay. See, there's echo now. See, check.
Okay. One day by divine arrangement. Yeah,
echo?
Still echo.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I got to get it right here. Okay, try now.
One day by divine arrangement is gone. Thank you. Yeah. Sri Mishra had a dream which caused him both intense delight and extreme grief.
One more experiment here. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to take. Just speak now and see if there's any echo.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No echo. There's no echo. Okay. He bowed down to the ground and prayed, "O Lord Govinda, allow Nimai to remain in my house. O Lord Krishna, this is the only benediction that I beg of you. Let Nimai be a householder and a life at home." In surprise, Sachimata inquired, why have you all of a sudden prayed for benedictions. Oh, sorry, I can't see. Why have you all of a sudden prayed for benedictions from the Lord? Today I had a dream, answered Sri Mishra. In the dream, I saw that Nimai had shaved off his shikha, dressed in indescribably beautiful sannyasi robes. He simultaneously laughed, danced, and wept, and chanted Krishna's name. Advaita Acharya Prabhu and all the other devotees encircled Nimai and joined in the chanting. I saw Nimai sit upon Anantasesh, Lord Vishnu's couch, and place his feet upon everyone's head. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Sri Anantasesh chanted, Jai Sachinanda, Jai Sachinanda. Although everyone around was jubilantly chanting praises, I stood alone, silent in fear. In a flash, I saw Nimai, followed by millions and millions of people. Millions of people roaming from town to town, dancing. Dancing. Countless millions followed him, chanting Lord Harry's name in unison. That sound touched the very coverings of the material universe. While I listened to the glorification of Nimai flowing from every direction, I saw devotees who followed him to Nilachowpuri. This dream caused me such anxiety. I'm afraid our son will become disgusted with household affairs and leave home as a sannyasi. What you saw was just a dream, pacified Sachi Mata. Oh, Lord husband, do not worry. Nimai will not leave us. Excuse me. Nimai knows nothing. Nimai knows nothing but his books, and he thinks that learning is all in all. Out of parental affection, those two extremely noble souls continue to discuss topics related to their son's future. However, after a few days, Sri Jagannath Mishra disappeared from this mortal world into the pure spiritual form. Nimai wept bitterly over his father's disappearance. Ramachandra when his father, King Dasarat, left his body. Sachi Mata survived only because of Nimai's irresistible attractiveness. As it deepened my grief to discuss this subject, I've described the incidents only very briefly. Nimai stayed close to his bereaved mother and concealed his own grief well. Sachi Mata cared for her fatherless son without a thought of any other work. If Sachi Mata lost sight of Nimai for just a moment, for just a moment, she swooned and both eyes lost their vision. Nimai also reciprocated, allowing his love and affection to flow continuously to his mother. He consoled her with calming, hopeful words. Mother, please do not despair. As long as I am with you, nothing shall harm you. He assured her. Soon I shall bring you that gift, which is unobtainable even by demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Sachi Mata simply beheld the kind and beautiful face of and forgot her own misery. How could she feel this?
See, that gift is what's here. That's unattainable. That's why I was trying to say today, no matter how great you are, you have to be where the gift is being given. And Lord Caitanya brought that back from his guru. And see, he got that from Ishvara Puri, and he brought it back. And that's how you get it. You get it from somebody who carries this rare gift that even not attainable by Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma would have to attain it by the association of devotees. See, Lord Brahma came in the form of Haridas, and he got it by association with Lord Caitanya, actually. Well, he actually had it, but, past time. Lord Caitanya came. See? So this is so important to know. And if you can understand the magnitude of this, you're very fortunate, because it's so great what's being given here, so freely, so easily, and that's why it has to have witnesses. There's no way one person could do it. More witnesses who are called to come. This, they know, and they come, and they will show the world that this is fantastic. Just like even products and the material products have to be sold by what they call testimonials. Otherwise, people won't buy the thing. So we need spiritually, it has to be testimonials here. Otherwise, people won't buy this product. It's not a thing you buy with material. Well, you follow the process, association, and go through the purification. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yes, I feel the lila is constantly over and over again. It's in replay. Yes, the example is given in many ways, in many times, over and over again, and the different ways to approach from that angle, from that angle.
Yeah.
So it's this lila, Krishna lila. It's going over and over again um, in many times and in many places.
Well, yeah. Again, see, you're kind of mixing this. You got to see the rarity. This is not going on again and again everywhere. It comes at a certain rare times. You know, it's either when the Lord comes in as his form as Krishna and Lord Caitanya every 28 on the 28th Kali Yuga. You know, that's a very long time. So it's just not he's coming again and again. Yeah, but with explanation. See, otherwise it's too you think it's too common that what's going on here. Like this love of God is being given now. It's not like it's going on just any time. It has been 500 years to give this love so freely here. It's been a long time. Even the acharyas were hiding it. Yeah.
Yeah. My point is, it's the time it's becoming available for you that one person receives it is also very specific. Everyone receives it according to his faith and the and at the time according to that faith. So this individual process,
Sorry,
um,
Maharaj, the echo is
this
quite big.
individual timing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I'm overwhelmed by the silence. So my point is, there's a specific timing for everyone to become receptive, and it's like this timing is so. How can I explain? It's like a miniature of a previous pastime. What's happening to me is like I understand what's going on in the big picture, and that's the moment I receive the mercy. That's what I feel.
Great. Why don't you read a little bit now, Tom? Pick up where she left off.
Hare Krishna,
Tom,
Hare
I'm
Krishna.
on page 93.
Yes.
Maybe I'm not. I can't remember.
I thought you were before 93.
No, I'm on 92 at the bottom.
Yeah, at the bottom. He would break and smash everything.
Just where Sachimata says, Sachimata simply beheld the kind and beautiful face of Nimai. I just read that. It's about halfway down.
Yeah. Whoa. Thank you, Guru. Thank you, Krishna. Oh my God. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan. Sachimati simply beheld the kind and beautiful face of Nimai and forgot her own misery. Wow. How could she feel discouraged in his presence? The Supreme Personality of Godhead was living as the son of Sachimata. Simply by remembering him. simply by remembering him. Once every desire could be fulfilled. Oh my God. Simply by remembering him, once every desire could be fulfilled. Oh my God, this is so in sync with my process. Hare Krishna. Simply by remembering him, once every desire could be fulfilled. How could despair touch Mother Sachi? Nimai uplifted her spirits, and she soon attained her blissful nature. Oh my God. Nimai uplifted her spirits, and she soon re-attained her blissful nature. Her blissful nature. Oh, I love the Sanskrit words. Her blissful nature. Her blissful nature. Whoa. The Lord of Vaikuntha. The Lord of Vaikuntha was present in Navadvip. Oh, I'm still attracted to the previous sentence. How could despair touch Mother Sachi? Nimai uplifted her spirits, and she soon re-attained her blissful nature. Nimai uplifted her spirits. Nimai uplifted her spirits, and she soon re-attained her blissful nature. These words are entering my consciousness, and it feels like mercy. Nimai uplifted her spirits, and she soon re-attained her blissful nature. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Mercy coming from these words, mercy coming from Guru's orders, Guru's timing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Nimai uplifted her spirits, and she soon re-attained her blissful state, her blissful nature. The Lord of Vaikuntha was present in Navadvip as a young Brahmana boy, enjoying the bliss derived from his own supremely opulent self. Wow. here, here the sugar comes and receives its own taste. Oh my God. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Here the sugar descends and receives its own taste. My words. Poverty. Poverty in their house was only an external feature. Nimai's commands were expressions from the an autocratic, all opulent Lord of Lords. Nimai's commands were expressions from an autocratic, all opulent Lord of Lords. Whatever Nimai demanded, he had to get without considering its availability. Wow. poof, that feels, whoa. Oh my God. Whatever Nimai demanded, he had to get without considering its availability. I feel his omnipresence. He's also present in the material nature. He's everywhere. The transcendental is omnipresent. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Whatever Nimai demanded, he had to get without considering its availability. If his demands were not supplied, there was no escaping his wrath. If his demands were not supplied, there was no escaping his wrath. Wrath. He would break and smash everything in sight, not thinking that the loss was his own. Oh my God. I can feel this lion energy. He would break and smash everything in sight, not thinking that the loss was his own. In spite of this, Sachimati gave her son whatever he wanted, only because of her deep affection for him. One day, when Nimai was going to bathe in the Ganga, he asked his mother for oil, amalaki, and other ingredients. I want to bathe in the Ganga and also offer her worship. He said, so please give me a nice garland and aromatic sandalwood for this purpose. Please wait a few minutes, my dear son, said Mother Sachi. I will have to go and get a garland. Nimai went into a fit of rage, like Lord Rudra, when he heard the words, I am going to get it. Well, Hari, 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 Hari. Oh, I feel the quality of this transcendental patience. It's super. You want to, oh, you you want to go now to bring a garland? He raged as he stormed into the house. He raged as he stormed into the house. In the fury, he smashed all the pots of Ganga water. Then with a stick, he smashed every pot or container he could find. Oof. Oh my God, this transcendental rage is so powerful. In my words. As the supreme, independent Lord, he did whatever he pleased. Husked rice, cotton, grains, and salt from the broken vessels ran in rivulets A rivulet is a small stream, a small river. Ran in rivulets created by the spilled oil, ghee and milk. Sachimata saved dried foodstuffs. Sachimata saved dried foodstuffs in cloth bags that hung from the ceiling, but Nimai pulled down every bag. This remembers me like the pastimes of Lord Krishna when the ghee was hanging in pots on the ceiling. He smashed it. He scattered their contents, and in his rage, he even tore up the cloth bags, when nothing in the house remained whole. When nothing in the house remained whole, Nimai directed his wrath upon the residence itself. Taking up his stick again, Nimai began to beat the walls. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Not a soul dared to reproach him. Not a soul dared to reproach him. After the walls, he smashed the windows and doors, and next he attacked a tree in the courtyard with the stick grasped in both hands. He attacked the tree in the courtyard with the stick grasped in both hands. Finally, he repeatedly struck the ground with his stick and seemed to lose his sense entirely. In fear for her life, Sachimata has hidden at one end of the building. Lord Gaurasundara, the propagator of religious principles, had come to establish eternal religion, Sanatan Dharma. He would never raise his hand against his mother. Although his anger boiled visibly and he was without remorse, he refrained from beating his mother. Having demolished everything in sight, Nimai still fumed as he rolled in the dust of the courtyard. His beautiful golden form was covered with dust. His glory is truly indescribable, for even in that condition, he was utterly charming. Yes. Oh my God. How cute. How adorable. Oh, to be loved. My words. He was utterly charming.
Yeah, this is great secret of the Lord. People think anger is really bad. Matter of fact, devotees are never angry, right?
It's a greediness. I feel this absolute knowing what is the goal, knowing what is the target, knowing the process. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Also, the Lord's nature is that's why you see there's anger in the world, because the Lord also has that nature. But the difference is his anger is very purifying, whereas the anger of the shadow is actually polluting. So that's the difference. That's why I see he was still charming, even though he was angry. People didn't get polluted from his anger; they actually got purified.
He is pure and purifying. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
And the shadow is perverted reflection.
Mm-hmm.
It's perverted. It's of lesser quality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go ahead. Read on for a little bit.
At last he became calm and lay quite still in the dust of the courtyard. There is the peace coming in, my words. Then the transcendental. Wow, oh my god. It's all transcendental what he's doing. Okay, so here it says, at last he became calm and quiet and lay quite still in the dust of the courtyard. With simply a glance, the Lord of Vaikuntha called for his internal Yoga Maya potency. Oh, yes. And entered into the Yoga Nidra, mystic sleep, as he lay upon the hard earth. Oh, how peaceful, my words. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh my God. I remember where he has nothing to lay his head on in that transcendental quality. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Okay, I think that's enough for now. Looks like we're losing a few people here. So thanks, Tom, for reading.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody, for coming.